What's up? In this video, we're going to build a simple Facebook retargeting campaign. I'll be showing you how to do that here by sharing my screen in just a moment. Basically, if you have a product or service and you have a website and you're getting traffic to your website, what you really want to do is retarget that traffic. It's very cost effective, and you basically will re-reach the audience that's already interested in your product. If you've ever looked at furniture or looked at something online and then for the next month or even like a week or so, you notice a bunch of ads popping up on websites that you visit that are relevant to what you were looking at before. Maybe you were looking at some new fishing gear and all of a sudden you're getting a bunch of fishing ads popping up. Well, that's because they are retargeting you, and retargeting is very effective. And if you don't currently do any Facebook retargeting, you're missing out. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how you can simply set that up and how you can start retargeting people interested in your product or service and really convert them into a sale. Because when someone sees your brand, your product, multiple times after they were already interested in it, they're, I forget what the stats are, but it's like 40 or 60% more likely to click on that ad and buy it. So that's a great time to get them. So why don't we hop in and take a look at my screen here. Now this is the business.facebook.com. This is basically your ad manager where you can really manage all your ads and your audiences. So there's two parts of starting a Facebook retargeting campaign. The first part is building your audience, which basically tells Facebook who to show these ads to. So in the case of retargeting, when you build your audience, and if you look right here, there's the audiences tab. We'll click on that. And here you can see, down here you can see the audiences that we have already created. So in our case down here, you can see we have an audience called Enzlo site visitors, which means anyone that has gone to our enzlo.com website will become part of that audience. So to create a new audience, what you're going to want to do is click on this blue Create Audience button and just click on the Custom Audience button. Now it's going to ask you what kind of audience do you want to create. So in this example, you want website traffic. This means that anyone that has visited your website, any page on your website or specific pages on your website will be added to your audience. You can also do some other things here, such as engagement, which means if you're running ads on Facebook already, anyone that watches your video for X amount of seconds, you can add to your engagement audience, which means basically someone that was slightly interested in your Facebook campaigns, Facebook ads, will go ahead and you can retarget them, which is actually a very good method of using in addition to your website traffic. But for this example, we'll just do website traffic. So in this case, it's going to say include anyone who met any of the following criteria. So in our case, we have our Enzlo.com pixel. And anyone that's visited our Enzlo.com website in the past, X days, you can pick here. So the pixel, you probably don't have the pixel set up, and I'll tell you right now how to do that. Let's exit out of here. So now you have an idea of what the pixel is for, and if you don't, just hang on a second. I will make this much more clear. Go back to your assets library. Down here on Measure and Report, under Events Manager, there is the Pixels button. Go ahead and click that. So here, we already have a pixel put in place, but you're going to want to create a new pixel. So most likely for you, there's going to be a button that says Create Pixel. But in our case, since we already have a pixel, we're going to have to go to the Add Data Source here on the right, click on Facebook Pixel. You can name this, it would basically be, I would just name it, your website.com pixel, your website.com. Yeah, go ahead and create that pixel. Now you see your pixel is here. Now you're going to want to set up your pixel. And basically what this pixel does is it will fire off every time somebody visits your website, telling Facebook, oh, this person is interested, this person has visited your website, and they will add that person into your Facebook audience. So in this example, you want to manually install the code yourself. So click on that, and here you go. That was as easy as that. This is the Facebook pixel. Actually, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so you're going to want to put this entire code in the header of your website. So if you have a WordPress site, there's a bunch of free apps that you can use that will add this code to all the headers on every page of your website. If you have a custom site, you can either manually add this code into the header of all your web pages. If you have a developer, you can have them do it. Or if you really have no clue how to add this pixel to your website, you can always reach me at heiko@enzlo.com, and I can help you also set up this pixel. That's something we do for our clients. So this is the pixel that you want to set up. Let's go back to what we were talking about earlier with our audiences. Go back to create an audience, which brings us back to this page and the website traffic. So this audience will include people who meet any of the following criteria. So they fired off the Enzlo.com pixel, which is on every page on our Enzlo.com website. So all visitors that have visited our website in the past 30 days will be added into this audience. Give your audience a name. So in this case, we call it Enzlo site visitors. It can take a couple days for your audience to be big enough for you allowed to be able to run ads to them, because Facebook, I believe, requires 100 people in your audience before you can run ads to them. I know that Google does. So it could take a day or two depending how much traffic you have going to your website. But now let's focus on part 2, which is creating your ads. You're going to want to go to your ads manager under the create and manage. So here you can see we already have a campaign called Enzlo retargeting site visitors. For this example, we're just going to create a new campaign. You can call this your website visitors retargeting, which lets you know that this campaign focuses on retargeting your site visitors. You can set your buying type, the campaign objective, which is, in our case, traffic, but it can be a whole number of things. It really depends what you're trying to achieve, whether you're trying to get lead generation, page likes if you have a Facebook page, messages if you want people to message you. But for 9 times out of 10, you're trying to get traffic to your website. So we're going to run traffic as the campaign objective. You can split test and do budget optimization, but these are things that I wouldn't really worry about until you're a little more experienced with the whole Facebook campaign manager and all that stuff. Many of my campaigns, I don't even use this, so don't worry about that for now. Create a new ad set. Basically what this tells you is inside of this campaign, you can have multiple ad sets. I wouldn't really worry about this for now. You can just call this retargeting ads 1. That would be fine. And then create a new ad. You can name this ad 1. Save to draft. Okay, perfect. You have created your campaign. You can click here on your retargeting ads, which is going to kind of ask you some questions about your daily budget, the traffic, where you want to drive traffic. So in this case, you want to drive traffic from Facebook to your website. So we have website selected. Budget, you can set, $20 a day, $2,000 a day, whatever it might be. You can even pick a start date and an end date. Normally I just run as ongoing, which means it doesn't stop until I manually stop it. And then you get down here to audience. And this is where we're going to pick our custom audience that we have created, which is our retargeting campaign. So down here you can see our Enzlo site visitors, which is the audience that we just built, which is everybody that has gone to our Enzlo.com site. We have our Enzlo.com Facebook pixel on all of our pages in the header. So anytime anybody visits Enzlo.com that has a Facebook account, it'll trigger that pixel and tell Facebook they have gone to Enzlo.com, and they put them inside of this audience. So now we can add that audience in there. You can even break the audience down. So if you have a very large retargeting audience, maybe you want to create an ad set that's only geared towards, you know, people between 18 and 21 years old that are women, for example. You can really break down your audience into more. Normally, I don't do that because I'm trying to target everybody interested in that's gone to Enzlo.com, unless I'm running a very specific ad, maybe targeting women or men. Then I'll break it down like by gender or by age, depending what I'm trying to do. And that's really all there is to it. I wouldn't worry about detailed targeting. You can get into detailed targeting if you're trying to be very specific. Ad placement, you can do automatic placements. This is basically where will your ad be shown, or you can do edit your own placements. So if you don't already know, Instagram is owned by Facebook. If you don't want your ads being run on Facebook, you can remove Facebook from that. You can also remove these other options where your ad is going to be shown. Basically, the most common one is Facebook feeds. So if you want, you can make sure that only feeds is selected. That's basically, if you're ever scrolling through your Facebook feed and you see that these ads pop up here, that's what a Facebook feed ad is. So you can really kind of customize who you want to target. You can create different campaigns targeting different ad spaces, see what works best for you, and really dig down and find the most optimized settings for your audience. You can also do the optimization and delivery down here, or where you're gonna select, do you want to bid on link clicks or impressions? I suggest bidding on impressions. You can set a bid cap, maybe it's $2 per 1,000 impressions, you know, or $5. What I recommend doing with this is starting low. So if you start at maybe $1, give it a day or two. If you're not seeing any impressions, you know, bump it up to $1.50. If you're not seeing any impressions on any of your ads, bump it up to $2. Then maybe you'll see, oh, all of a sudden you're getting a bunch of impressions, which means your bid cap is set high enough. And then you could even maybe go down to $1.90, or if you're still getting good impressions, go down to $1.80, and really find that low point where you're getting the most impressions for the least amount of money spent. But those are one of the little nitty-gritty things that you can get into. So once you have a campaign that's running well and delivering you good results, you can start doing these little things to really squeeze every last penny out of your campaign to make it the most optimized as possible. So now your ad set is, your ad set, so retargeting ad 1 is set. So you have your campaign, your ad set. You can go ahead and publish this. But before you do that, you want to create an ad, of course. More likely than not, your business is going to have a Facebook page. And if it doesn't, I highly suggest you make one. So in our case, we will pick our Enzlo Inc. Facebook page. And then you want to create the type of ad that you want to retarget your audience with. So it might be an ad with an image or video. It could, which is, you know, there's also ad with multiple images or videos. I usually just stick to the ad with an image or video, and then I'll make the ad either an image or a video. I'll pick either or. Here's a picture of me holding a coffee mug with an Enzlo hat on. And then you can set your ad description, your headline. So you have to read this. Could be an example of a headline you might make. And then you'll see down here, you have to read this. Your call to action button. in this case is learn more. You can even add a display link, so Enzlo.com would be our display link. And basically that's how you build your ad. What I suggest doing is building 4 or 5 ads, some video, some images like this. Try changing your text inside your ads a bit. See which ads perform the best, and then keep your 1 or 2 best performing ads, maybe make some more ads, and kind of just keep refining it until you find ads that are doing well for you. And then all you have to do is click the publish button. I'm not going to publish this ad, but what I can show you is an example of where you will find your ads. So go back to your ads manager. You can go, we'll take a look here at our Enzlo retargeting site visitors. This is the example campaign we just made. You can see it's in draft, which means it's currently not running. We have our entire site visits ad set, and these are some of the ads that we are currently running. The working from bed ad, the free hat ad. You can see we're currently set to a $3 bid cap on our impressions. And this is where you can overview your ads, see how they're performing. You can turn ads off or turn them on. Each ad you can give a different budget or different bid caps and kind of just optimize from there. So setting up a Facebook retargeting campaign is very simple. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. It works almost exactly the same for Google, which is also YouTube. So you place a pixel on your website. In that case, it'll be a Google pixel. And then you create your ads and you set your audience to be built from people that visit your site, and then you can target your ads to those site visitors. And that's kind of how you get your ads to follow someone around on the internet. And that's how you turn them from a potential lead into a buyer, because they'll keep seeing your brand, they'll keep seeing your product or service, and eventually they're going to click that ad and say, I feel like I know these guys, they follow me around the internet, why don't I check it out? And then they will go to your site again, and hopefully at that point, and statistically at that point, they are much more likely to buy your product or sign up for whatever you're selling them. Since you spend so much money on getting someone to your site and then retargeting them to get them to come back to your site, that's where it becomes very important. What we call phase 2, something that we do for our clients, is we really make sure that your website is optimized to capture that lead and then convert them from a lead into a buyer. So that would be done through a web funnel, where basically you either collect their lead information, then they go through a funnel where you get more information from that lead, then they might, which is the web funnel, then they'll go into your email funnel, where you can send them promotional offers, you can send them value emails, send them information about your company. You basically educate this cold lead about who you are, why they should work with you or why they should buy your product. Then you send them pitch emails, you send them special offers, maybe one-time offers, and you basically upsell them, you warm up your lead, and then you sell them. And that's what we do at Enzlo.com with our clients, is we prepare them, we get their product and or service ready for this, basically this funnel of capturing leads and converting them into sales. And basically once you have that whole setup together, your marketing setup where you can take cold traffic and convert them into buyers, once all that is ready, then you really want to get into the marketing. And this is kind of more of a phase 3 thing, the actual marketing and re-getting leads back to your product. So what I suggest is head over to Enzlo.com. You can plan a call with us and we'll actually take a look at your product or service. We can talk to you about your current business goals, your current business setbacks, what you're trying to achieve. We'll look at your product and see how we can turn it into a better offer. We'll see if your marketing funnel is there and if your offer is actually ready for traffic, because many people will spend a ton of money on marketing when their offer isn't even ready to be marketed, and then they're very confused why they waste so much money and don't get very many new clients out of it. That's what I call throwing money into a black hole. So at Enzlo, we really make sure that your product and service is ready for all of that, and then we can focus on the marketing side of things, which is really the fun part of everything. But you have to put in the work and get your offer ready before the actual marketing starts, or else it's just going to be a money pit. We put out these weekly training videos, so make sure you like and subscribe this video. We're gonna put out some more videos. I'll be putting out a similar video, but more geared towards setting up your Google retargeting ad campaign and YouTube, which are two very good streams, something that we use here a lot at Enzlo and that we use for our clients. So head over to enzlo.com, get in contact with me, heiko@enzlo.com. Feel free to send me an email with any questions, and I hope to make this year a good one, and let's see those sales. Cheers, everybody.